Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Chris here with your London close analysis and trading session for the 15th of June. Happy Monday. Hope everyone had a great weekend. It was another horrible weekend for me of going to the beach and playing golf. So just joking, just joking. But anyway, getting into the Friday and over the weekend, we didn't really have a trade on Friday as there was real indecision going into the weekend here, and right now you can kind of see something similar. There's nothing really standing out in terms of real big strength or weakness. You can see the Canadian dollar and the Australian dollar are down, but usually the benchmark I like to see, which is a real downtrend, would be like a 1% loss. And you can see the Canadian dollar, which is the worst performer, the lowest that they are is down 0.47%. So that's kind of soft serve when you think about it. The Swiss franc is up, but barely. The yen's kind of mixed. Um, dollars mixed, euros mixed. So I think the market's trying to figure out what to do right now. There's the threat of a second wave of coronavirus, although most agree that world economies will not close a second time. They can't afford to. So that's where I think there's this kind of indecision on what to do here. The market really wants positive, but they're trying to be cautious. The markets are down for today. The Dow is down, geez, 281, but it was down close to 400. So that it's starting to improve, although the VIX is still up. NASDAQ's down, S&P's down, but the NASDAQ's barely down. Euro's down for the most part. The European markets are down for the most part, but not hugely down. And it seems like they're starting to make a little bit of a rebound today, too. Bonds, the Bund is up, the franc is up, yen and US are down. So that kind of speaks to a little bit more of a risk-on move there. So that could be interesting. Oil is down, gold is down. And usually if it's a real strong risk-off, it'll be gold up. So like I said, I think there's a little bit of indecision in the market here, which could bode well for us. In terms of, kind of the news, like I said, the dollar did strengthen on that second wave concern on coronavirus for the U.S. and China. So China did do a partial shutdown on another spread of a coronavirus. CAD was just more of a risk-off move, and oil. And I think with China in the mix there, I think oil is going to be impacted for sure. Pound is pretty much unchanged. Like I said, the yen was marginally stronger. The Aussie underperformed. In the UK, though, they did start opening retail, and Prime Minister Johnson urged people to shop with confidence. And Greece did allow summer tourism to start. So actually that could give the euro a little bit of a bump. I did notice something that I like to look at just as a glance. I don't trade off of it, but it's just interesting is that the euro did improve on the COT data. So, the big heavy traders are long euro. So that's something that I'm looking at. And then the Aussie did drop on a Global Times report that China could target iron ore imports from Australia if frictions did increase. So that could be really, really bad for Australia. So that's what we have going on market-wise. In terms of trades for today, it's a real minefield out there. I could, Aussie Kiwi could be a nice little move here. Let's take a look at that chart because I'm actually looking at Aussie shorts. That iron ore move does not sit well with me. I'd be looking to go short on the Aussie here. Take a look and see what we have here for the day. You can see it spiked up from 105.90 to 106.43 in the last few hours here. So it's at this top. The only thing I hate about the Aussie Kiwi is it just does not move very quickly. And I don't like that because I like trades to move during the session. So you can see it's right at a big level of indecision here. So that's a little scary to me. It's right at the level, it's past it. So it could go above, could go below. I'm not going to trade this guy. Like I said, I'm not a really big Aussie yen fan here. Swiss franc yen could be a nice little short setting up. Let's take a look at that. I'd be more inclined for this because the Swiss franc's not very strong. Even though it's performing a little bit better right now, there's nothing fundamentally strong about it. But it is kind of it might be impacted by the move up with the EU. Like I said, with Greece opening up and UK opening up, I think that could bode well for euro pairs. So you can see it's past this big volume cluster here. So we've got this volume level down right here. And I think it could take another leg up. But it's kind of at a high for me right now. I'd like to see it kind of dip down to maybe like here. But this 112.80 level seems like it's going to hold pretty firm here because there's a big spike up. So this level seems like it's pretty strong. And then you saw volume build up right here. So I would anticipate a move. But not quite where I want it to be right now. But let's take a look at some of the other euro pairs. Like I said, like a euro Aussie would be fantastic right now, actually. You know what? Let's take a look and see what euro Aussie's doing. And guys, like I said, what I'm looking for is I've got my fundamental bias before I've even looked at a chart. And now I want to see follow through and to kind of confirm my hypothesis. Oh, this is perfect right here. Look at this. Look at that. So it's tried to hit it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. So it's been stuck here for the last couple hours. And I would like to see a move up here. Let's see, we're looking at maybe a 25 pip stop. This is a nice little area of volume, guys. Oh, let's take a look here. It just looks too good to me. It looks too good. You can see the volume's building up right here, but there's the volume building up for another leg down. Because it doesn't seem like down here, if you look where it got rejected last time, there's not a ton of volume. There's some volume up here, as you can see, and then a little bit more of a volume buildup right here. But if you look at this downward trend, it's not very strong. And like I said, the fact that it's getting rejected right here at the 64.40 level is pretty interesting to me. Let's go to a smaller time frame. I want to see something here. So you can see it's bounced, but you see how it's kind of making lower lows. I'd like to see a break up here. So that's something that I look at. I don't show you guys this very often, but I like to look at this. It's kind of a confirmation here. You can see just a constant trend downward here on this trend line. And you can see this break here. So what I'm looking at is it's this level's holding for now, but it's getting attacked for sure, and you're not seeing a lot of strength to the upside here. So this might actually go a little bit lower, guys. So I'm gonna hold off on this one for now too, just because I'd like to see this break and then come back down here for a little bit of a retracement to get on the leg up. But it would have to do that with a very strong push to show me that it's serious about going upwards. And that's something that I've been working on here recently is just that confirmation, to make sure that we're getting in the right direction here and not just taking these, even though this is a really, really good level. Once again, it's too good of a level. If it's obvious to you, it's obvious to who you're trading against, and they know there's going to be a lot of orders here. So if people are going to take it lower, they're going to use that volume to get those orders filled, right? So I'd be wary about this one, especially once with Australia. I think that could be really, really weak for Australia if that follows through on that iron ore deal. But has it followed through yet? Not sure. And economically, Australia is strong with reopening right now. So let's keep an eye on that one. Let's go back to that Swiss franc one, though, because that could be a good one, like I said. It's a tough day, though. There's not really anything firm for us. So you can see the downward follow through starting to come here. What's the markets look like? Yeah, market's down again today, down 318 now, the Dow. So could be a little bit of a risk off push. You can see here it's starting to break down. So could this take a leg down? It could. This is a tough one, guys. This is a tough one for sure. We would be looking at 112.75. That's kind of the next level down. But you see this, it broke down that 112 level, took out some orders, and you can see it's starting to follow through downwards. So let's take a look at this. We might get in on this one short. See, I like the fact that you see this, it broke it. It broke this level here, the 113 level, and then it tried to make a bump up, and now it's stalling. So it's starting to go down again here too. If it was a strong rejection to continue upward, this would be a much stronger candle. So Swiss franc yen could be a move for us, guys. Let me just take a look. One thing here. Yeah. That move upward seemed pretty strong though here a little bit earlier, but it seems like it's breaking down now. I mean, it's stalling and it's starting to break down. So our stop would be, see, it's not worth it, guys. We're looking at like a 26 pip stop. Profit target would be 30 pips. So it's going to break down, but I don't think it's going to get all the way downward. I could be wrong though. I saw this thing breaking down. It just the stop point would not be worth it for us. And you can see this volume right here. It's going to run into a freight train at this level right here. So actually, we might be able to get in on a move up there. So, but I think it will hit the 112.75 mark before it stalls. Oh, that's a bummer. Well, and you can see that Euro Aussie is just stalling at that 64.40 level. It's not moving. All right, well, let's continue looking and see what we have here. This is what I do during the London close session. So, like I said, what I'm looking for is any kind of euro pair against maybe a commodity like a Aussie, Kiwi, or Canadian dollar that's at a good level, and that's where that's what I'd like to trade here. Euro yen could be a possibility too. There's a strong level at 120.93 that could move it up another leg. Let's take a look at that. So very strong level here, as you can see, and it's really stalling here at the figure at 121. Some volume right here, just above it, and this is probably smart money because you can see the consolidation and then the drop. But the follow through on the drop is what, 80 pips? Maybe not even that. So the volume's starting to build up here for a leg up. I think it's going to have a real tough time breaking this volume here. So the question is, do we get in long? That is the question. Let's take a look here. Let's hold off on this one too, because once again, it's kind of just consolidating there at the top. There's not a lot of follow through one direction or the other, so it could drop lower before it makes a move up. I mean, you can see, look at the Swiss franc. If you look at the Swiss franc yen, it's doing exactly what we said it would do here. But like I said, I think it'll get into this 112.75 mark, and then could see it go a leg up. So, but this is a good, once again, a good price action lesson right here is watching and kind of just making sense of it all right here, right? It's you're the bank, it's dropping below this mark, it's taking out orders. People are, orders are trying to go up further, and it's running into more resistance. So that tells you that this level's strong and that it's going to go downward here. Where it stops, like I said, I think it'll stop here at 112.80 to 112.75 because there's a lot of volume right here, and that's where I think it'll make a jump up. So, well, hey, let's keep an eye on maybe the Swiss franc yen and the Euro Aussie, and let's see if this thing breaks. And if it does, we'll take a trade here later on in the session. But for now, I'll let you guys just keep an eye on this, because that's pretty much what I'm going to do. I'm not going to trade anything until I start seeing a little bit of confirmation here. This really kills me because, once again, this could have been a really nice trade for us. We saw it breaking down, but the reward to risk just wasn't there. So there will be another trade, and hopefully we can make some money. So I'll tune off here on the mic, and if something comes up and we take a trade, I'll hop back on. All right. Thanks, guys. a little bit of a break on a shorter time frame here. So on the Euro Aussie, we did take a trade. So we're getting in. We got in at 45. And the stop is right here at the low. So about a 25 pip stop. And we are targeting right here at 165.40. So it's a 3.65 to 1 reward to risk. And let's see if we can make some money, guys. All right. So you can see it's starting to push up a little bit, but we'll see. It's rejected this thing for 2 hours here, so the volume's been building up. And then, like I said, I saw a break here on a shorter time frame. Is it starting to move up? The reward to risk is proper, so I like this trade. All right. Thanks, guys.